Hey, little guy, you ready for another story? Hey, it's Sam here with another episode of Nerdy Bedtime Stories. Um, Here for another story. If the little guy's up for it, he was screaming his head off just about 30 seconds ago, so who knows what's going to happen. These videos are not pre-scripted or anything. It's really hard to pre-script anything with a newborn, so we'll see what happens with that. But last time we heard the story of Iron Man, the first movie in the Marvel Universe, and now we'll come to the next one, the long forgotten and I think much underrated next movie, which is the Incredible Hulk. Okay. Oh, are you turning into the Hulk? Oh, I think he's turning into the Hulk. Okay. No, little guy, it wasn't that bad. He does not like the Incredible Hulk. Little guy, I'm telling you, it wasn't that bad. Okay, Edward Norton, great actor, very underrated in that role. Okay, you ready for the story? Okay, so once upon a time in the Marvel Universe, there was a man named Bruce, and Bruce was a scientist. He was very smart, and he was kind of just a thin, average, nerdy guy. But he had a problem and a secret. And his problem was that he had some anger issues. And his secret was that he didn't just get angry, but when he got angry, something special happened. They told it in a previous movie that we don't talk about that one. The one from 2008 is good, not the one from 2003. But when Bruce gets angry or excited or anything like that, he starts to change. He stops being the thin little guy, and his muscles grow big and strong. And he gets green. His skin turns entirely green, and he stops being Bruce Banner and turns into the Hulk every time he gets angry. And that's a problem because the Hulk wrecks things, and Bruce doesn't want to wreck things, really. And the Hulk has been on the run from the military for a while. And in this movie, he's in Brazil, a whole other country, because he wants to escape from the military because they want to use the Hulk as a weapon. Okay? Yeah, he doesn't like the story so far. Sorry, little guy, that's the story. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Oh no, you're okay. Okay, I think I've got our little Hulk to calm down. Maybe? We'll see. Yeah, little guy, you're getting sleepy. Sun's getting real low. That's a reference you don't understand yet, but you will. So as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, the Hulk, or Bruce Banner, was hiding in Brazil. He was hiding from the government and the military who wanted to use the Hulk as a weapon. And he wanted a cure so he could stop being the Hulk. And he was emailing or mailing some of his blood samples to another scientist in America. But he had to get back to America to figure out more about that. But he didn't want to, or he was scared because he was safe in Brazil and he knew there were people looking for him in America. And Bruce was working at a factory in Brazil, but one day some local mean guys chased him down and cornered him, and that wasn't very nice, but they were in for a surprise. Because remember, Benny, when Bruce gets angry, guess what happens? He grows big and strong, and he turns into the Hulk. So he turned into the Hulk. Yeah, just like you're doing right now. Yeah. He turned into the Hulk, and the Hulk beat up those mean guys. But the problem was, now people knew that the Hulk was hiding in Brazil, so he had to find a new hiding spot. So he went on the run again, and after a while, he made it back to America. And in America, he had a friend / former girlfriend named Betty, and she was also a scientist. But the problem is, Betty's daddy was not a very nice daddy. his name was General Ross, and he was one of the military guys, the main one, who was always hunting the Hulk. And he had a soldier working for him named Emil. So these guys tried to find the Hulk, and I'm forgetting the sequence of events exactly now. I think when they were in Brazil, some of the military guys got sight of him too. Maybe Emil was among those. Oh no, it's okay, guy. It's okay. I know. It was okay. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. No. Okay. It was only scary in the movie, but it's this when Daddy tells you it's not scary. Yeah, you're okay. Okay. And so Emil was like, "Who was that thing we fought?" And they realized it was Banner, or General Ross knew that already. He told Emil it was Banner. And he told him how Banner turns into the Hulk. And then Emil Blonsky started to wonder about the Hulk's power and wonder if there was any other way to make that happen. Dun dun dun. So the Hulk, Bruce Banner, was back in America now, and he met up with Betty again, and he tried to go to some kind of research lab or at a college where he teaches to get whatever information they needed about his cure. But he turned into the Hulk again there too, because the military tried to stop him, and he was going like roar and Hulk smash. No, he didn't. It doesn't say Hulk smash until the end. And he was like throwing tanks and wreckage and stuff, and it was really cool, really violent. But you shouldn't watch it at your age. That's why Daddy's just telling you the stories in this version. Anyway, yeah. So he turned into the Hulk there, and he had to go away until he could stop being the Hulk. And I think Betty brought him to some cave. I don't know whether it was a cave in the middle of the city, maybe on the outskirts, and was able to calm him down just for a little bit, not unlike calming down a screaming child, until he turned back into Bruce Banner. And meanwhile, they were doing some experiments on Emil Blonsky because he wanted to be strong like the Hulk. That's right. Sorry, I'm getting things out of order. They had done some experiments already, and the Hulk in the battle at the college, the Hulk smashed Emil Blonsky and like threw him against a tree, and he was in the hospital in a cast, and he would have died except for the experiments that helped him be a little bit stronger. He started surviving and growing stronger again, just like the Hulk. And let's see, I told you I always forget the middle, or I'm getting some of the details out of order, I'm sure, but then later they were looking for the person who Bruce Banner had been emailing or mailing his samples to, his blood samples, and they found him, and he was a scientist named Dr. Samuel Stearns, and he did a procedure on Bruce Banner to try to cure him of being the Hulk, but we're not sure if it worked yet. We're not sure if he even can turn into the Hulk anymore. But then they found out that he had been using the blood samples in other experiments and like animals and stuff and test subjects. And Bruce didn't like that because he didn't want anyone else to turn into the Hulk either. So he said we have to destroy the lab and everything in it. But then Emil Blonsky came and violently demanded that Dr. Stearns use his research and science on him. So he did, and he did more experiments and put more chemicals into Blonsky, and he turned into a big, strong creature too, called the Abomination. And a little bit later, the Abomination was wrecking stuff in the streets and being a bad guy and all that stuff. And the Hulk was the only one who could stop them. But remember, they're not even sure anymore if Bruce Banner can turn into the Hulk again. But they were flying in an airplane over the city wreckage, and he was like, I have to try. So Bruce jumped out of the airplane and fell to the ground and crashed into the pavement. But when he came out, guess who it was, Benny? It was the Hulk. And he fought the Abomination and there was a bunch of cars wrecked, and they even used cars as like fisticuff glove things, and they had a big fight, and they smashed so much stuff, and it was two big monsters smashing each other, and it was so cool. And Hulk actually said, "Hulk smash," which was really cool. Trust me on this one, Benny, you had to be there. It was really cool. I'll show you in order. And so they had a big fight, and lots of the city got wrecked. But in the end, the Hulk won. Because I forget what I told you last time, but the number one rule of superheroes is the good guys always win. So the Hulk won, and he beat the Abomination, and they all lived happily ever after, except for the Abomination and General Ross, probably, who wasn't really happy with how things turned out either, and Bruce Banner, who still had the curse of the Hulk and couldn't get rid of that. It opens up to the sequels. So actually not many of them lived happily ever after. But it was the end until the next movie. And then, Benny, guess what? After the credits, we saw General Ross having a drink of water at a restaurant. This is kid-friendly here. And someone came in to talk to him. And guess who it was? It was Tony Stark. Remember him? Iron Man from the last movie. And he started to talk to General Ross about the Avenger Initiative. Dun dun dun! To be continued, little guy. Okay, I think you're asleep now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you enjoy fun, silly things like this, please like and subscribe and keep watching for more. Thanks. Till next time.